Hello and welcome into another edition of River Dragons Weekly. I'm VP of Communications and play-by-play voice Zach DeBozart, and we have got a jam-packed episode for you this week. After last week being off due to the holiday and not being able to turn the show around in time, we want to make sure it's of high quality for you. So not only are you going to get highlights from the weekend that was in Danbury, but we'll catch you up on everything you missed the last time the River Dragons were at the Civic Center when they took on the Battle Creek Rumblebees. Well, with that in mind, let's talk about those Danbury Hat tricks. They came into Friday's game on a 7-game winning streak. We came into the weekend on a 5-game winning streak. Something had to give on Friday, and let's take a look at whose streak was ended with some highlights.
Power play unit that has been highly effective. Out to Gavrick once more, to Kasich in the slot. His shot, he scores!
Shapitzin for Dimmitt, tipped into the zone. Lennartsson one-on-one here. Lennartsson left circle, fires, score! Anton Lennartsson blowing it 5-hole on Dylan Kelly. 57 seconds to go in the first, and it's 1-1. Bunnell, right point, dropping it, high slot. Morrissey, backdoor, what a save, Karpinski! And it does not count. Karpinski denied Kendall Bolin-Porter. He didn't have control of the puck. Bolin-Porter seemed to poke that one in. It went over the line. Here's MJ Graham. Pass right wing side to Bondarenko and over the line. Bondarenko fakes the shot. Backhand. Score! Ivan Bondarenko. Backhand short side and a beauty past the shoulder of Kelly. And it's 2-1 Columbus. And Danbury finds it back in neutral ice with 8:39 to go in the second. Bolin-Porter fresh off the bench. Anderson right circle. Fires and scores. Shinkaruk takes a hit from Bondarenko. Morrissey with this right wing circle. His shot, save, and a goal. Matthias Kasich gets his second of the night. It's 3-2. With the Shinkaruk unit. Ozolic and Tuma are going. Ozolic and Tuma in the far side circle. Ozolic connects with two and drops Tuma in the middle of a clinch. Using the wall, gets around Kasich, one-on-one with Garrett. Krupp, right circle, waits, Deeks. And he ran out of space as Kelly ran him wide. Here's Morrissey, finds a loose puck in the high slot, skates it out. Morrissey trying to get around Kugler, dropping it there. Kasich fires, rings it off the crossbar, and into the mesh and out of play. Kasich that close to a hat trick for the Hat Tricks. Now Follis will win it. Santapalo in the corner. Takes it from behind his own net, gets some relief. Pass to the left wing side to Lirakos. Lirakos filters it through to Follis. Follis left wing side, wants to drive the net, fires out the side of the net. Score! Wrap around! Chase Follis, the captain getting it done, and it's a tie game, 3-3. Staring down on Lennartsson. Ruiz right circle, a shot, blocker save, rebound loose. Hayes is tied up. Bronner, backhand effort, goes high over the bar. Ruiz from an acute angle, blocked by Lennartsson. 1:23 to go in overtime. Along the near side wall, Hayes gets around a man. He's 2-on-1 with Lennartsson. C.J. Hayes, left circle, fires, score! C.J. Hayes, overtime winner, baby! And it's 4-3. Columbus gets the win, extends the streak to 6.
A big overtime winner for Columbus. It was a back-and-forth hockey game. Very entertaining, up and down the ice. You know, there was never a dull moment, it seemed like, and you could just tell the way the highlights ran. They took the lead, then we took the lead, and eventually it ended up on the right side for your River Dragons, taking 2 out of the 3 points on that night. Saturday, well, that was a bit of a different story. Take a look at this.
Deflected into the zone by Mealy, right into the path of Shinkaruk. Shinkaruk, high slot on the backhand, playing it backdoor, and Morrissey scores. Won it, but Lennartsson took it away with anticipation. Ahead for Lirakos. Now it strides to Lennartsson on a breakaway. Lennartsson scores! Backhand, put it through the 5-hole of McGuckin, and we got a tie game. 5:05 to go in the first, 1-1. Flipped out by Levesque, trying to go far side boards to Bronner. It went through Jay Krupp. Now those two go at it behind the net. Krupp racing after it. Levesque gets on the end of it. Bronner, high slot, Ruiz scores. To Lennartsson, that one in his feet. Good cross-ice pass, finds Lirakos. Lirakos left wing circle, backdoor to Follis, and that one kept out somehow by McGuckin. Now up for Lirakos, left wing side. Weak pass, but it connects to Follis in the neutral zone. Now ahead for Shapitzin. He got turned over. Kasich on a breakaway. Kasich in backhand, glove save, Rutledge. And now Dimmitt sends it ahead to C.J. Hayes. Here we go. Kugler going with Levesque. Inside the Columbus zone, gloves immediately come off. Levesque showing the left hand. Kugler looking for a way in. They're posturing. looking for some space. Now they grapple. Kugler connects with the first right. Goes in for a right hook. Comes up short. fires in one. They both miss on another. Kugler fires with the right hook. He connects, and he knocks down Levesque. And Graham got checked pretty hard by Bunnell. This is going to draw a crowd. Ozulich going to go with Tuma again. Freeman going with Shapitzin. Ozulich and Tuma wrestle down. Check that. That's Clouston. Clouston and Freeman tussling. Freeman getting a couple in on Clouston, and they end up in the net, both down on the ice. Here comes Bronner, right wing side against Shapitzin. Bronner weaves through, trying to go to the high slot. Backhand, he scores! Tied up in the corner. Bronner picks it out. Ruiz fires. He scores. As he sticked it away but couldn't get it to the mesh. Fallis, left point, Santa Paulo, 10 seconds left in the period. One-timer, Kostukov, score! Igor Kostukov! Welcome to the River Dragons. 7.5 to go in the second, and it's 4-2. Bunnell with this, right wing corner. Bunnell to Gavrik, the shot, wide of the blocker hand on Karpinski, couldn't see it through traffic. Freeman a chance, and they score. Fallis wins it, right point, Ozulich, a shot deflected, score! Jacob Gerson might have gotten a tip on that, and 11 minutes to go in the third, and it's 5-3. 6:08 to go here in the third. Hat-tricks getting it out of their own zone. Bolin Porter skates it ahead to Ruiz. Ruiz one-on-one with Shapitzin, a shot, he scores!
Unfortunately, a 6-3 loss for the River Dragons snaps a 6-game winning streak. Hopefully it doesn't start a pattern, because when you look at it, River Dragons had a 6-game win streak before, lost 2, then went on another 6. Fans might appreciate win 6, lose 2 as a pattern, but River Dragons don't want to lose any more than they have to, as you'll find out in the standings, still within shouting distance of some of their other divisional counterparts, but definitely want to keep racking up the points to put pressure on them. And we'll talk about them a little bit later on in a lot more detail, because in that Friday game with the 2 points earned and the overtime win, the River Dragons secured a playoff spot in their inaugural season. So the Columbus River Dragons will be a part of the 2020 FPHL playoffs. And just because of the way the standings are right now, we know the 4 teams that will be competing out of the Western Division. It'll be the Carolina Thunderbirds, the Port Huron Prowlers, the Danville Dashers, and the Columbus River Dragons. Right now in that order, they're 1, 2, 3, 4, but there's still a month and a half left to go in the season, so lots of jockeying for position that can happen, and who knows, the River Dragons or any of those other teams could also end up as the 1 seed or with home ice advantage. Basically, with 3 points on the line every night and a month and a half in the season, a lot of hockey still to play. You're going to want to stay tuned down the stretch. Going to be some very exciting, very entertaining, and very meaningful games that Columbus will be playing in. Speaking of meaningful games, after that 2-set with the Danbury Hat-tricks, they now come down here for a 3 games in 3 night set at the Columbus Civic Center. There's going to be a lot of fun promotions. It's a big weekend, not only on the ice, but in the stands as well. We'll tell you all about the different promotions and how you can get involved later on in tonight's show. But for now, we got to take a break. When we come back, we have our special guest player interview segment with Anton Lennartsson. He scored a goal in each game against the Danbury Hat-tricks, so we'll catch up with him and learn about his connections to Georgia that run deeper than just hockey. It all comes up after this on River Dragons Weekly. Don't go anywhere.
Whether you're heading to an off-road destination, creating the perfect lawn, or preparing the fields, think SunSouth, where you'll find quality John Deere equipment, affordably priced to help you tackle the tough jobs. Think SunSouth, for those that do.
The best damn spirits in the world. We say that because we care about what we do. The premium quality of our spirits doesn't come from some secret recipe or magic water. It comes from our desire to craft the best damn spirits in the world. Swamp Fox Distilling Company. Premium, small batch spirits made with pride in Buena Vista, Georgia. Now available at your favorite local package store.
Let Shredaway, a division of the Overby Company, take care of all your document shredding needs. We can design a custom shredding program for your business today. No need to purchase equipment, no maintenance expenses, no need to prepare records for destruction, increase employee productivity, increase security, no worry. Was it really destroyed? Right now, all new customers can receive 10% off. Shredaway, a division of the Overby Company, locally owned and operated in downtown Columbus. That's Shredaway, 706-577-9668.
Dishes. Not pretty in your sink. Not pretty on your house. Weather interference. Also not a pretty picture. And those long-term contracts and early cancellation fees. the fine print is pretty ugly. With Beam, there are no contracts, channels you want, high-speed internet, and no data caps. And above all, local customer service. Now that's pretty. Ask us today about our contract buyout special in cable and internet bundles. Beam, we're powered by you.
Welcome back into River Dragons Weekly. It's now time for our special player guest interview. And this week we've got number 20, Anton Lennartsson. Anton, thanks for taking the time.
Thank you for having me.
A lot of people know you as the big Swede. We'll get into that in a little bit. But first, we just saw the highlights from this weekend. Obviously, winning on Friday. That was a good feeling. Saturday, a tough loss, but we went at it pretty good. You had goals in both games. How would you summarize the play of the weekend?
Summarize the play of the weekend. Friday good, Saturday not so good. Simple as that. Friday played a solid road game. Overall, really good 60 minutes for being on the road. Saturday, we just couldn't really keep up the pressure we had on them all over the ice. Not sure exactly why, but Friday good, Saturday not so good.
I mean, when you look at it too, that's a very good team. You know, Danbury leads the Eastern Division. We knew they were going to be a tough opponent. We've got them again coming up this week. So, you know, you took some things from that weekend, and again, you're happy for the win. The overtime winner was a lot of fun to play in, a lot of fun to be in. But you have to learn stuff from that weekend because you turn around and you face them right again this week.
That is correct. We won Friday, so we should have learned Saturday. But at the same time, it's this different game. Every game is different. Like you got to feel that specific game. But at the same, we played them 3 times at home, so hopefully we can learn from Saturday's game and come out strong Friday night here in Columbus.
Both of those games, you had a goal, and you actually had the opening goal for Columbus to tie up the game. Friday, it was a goal in the last minute. You were able to tie that up 1-1, and then a bit of a breakaway goal. Take us through each of those. How did those set up for you?
The first goal there on Friday night, Sipitsin threw the puck up the wall, and I just kind of picked up a loose puck and came down the side there. It was not a lot to shoot off, so I just went 5-0, and it went in, so it was good. Saturday it was more or less a breakaway from the red line in, so I had a lot of time to think about what I was going to do, and it went home this time, so hopefully keep going like that.
Now it's funny, on Friday when you scored the goal, we interviewed you Saturday afternoon to get ready for pregame, and I asked you, I'm like, you know, good 5-hole shot there. Is that your usual place to go? And you said, nah, you know, I just took what the goalie gave me. Then on Saturday, you put a breakaway through the 5-hole again. So yeah. All of a sudden, it's becoming a trend for you.
Yeah, I don't know. You get put in situations you don't even think it is. I've done this since I was 20 years or 3 years old. So I've done it for over 20 years. Sometimes it goes in, sometimes it doesn't go in. So when it goes in, I'm happy, but when it doesn't, I got to try again.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you said you've been doing this for a while. We look back at how you became a River Dragon. Obviously, you spent a lot of time in your native Sweden, played juniors, and actually debuted as a pro there. So what was it like, you know, growing up in Sweden, learning the game of hockey from a European style?
The game is for sure different from over here. It's hockey, but it's like 2 different styles of hockey. Growing up over there is more about you take care of the puck. Everyone is fairly good skater because the ice is so much bigger. You got to be able to move.
Right.
Over here, it's more intense, more bang in the body, shooting rebounds, finding loose pucks. Over there, it's more like a strategy game, almost like chess.
Yeah.
It's fun, both of them, and especially when you combine them in playoffs, when you got to be smart and tough. That's the best time of the year. So
now this isn't your first foray into Georgia, because when you debuted on this side of the world in North America, you actually played with the Macon Mayhem and had a little bit of time in the SPHL as well, Macon, Louisiana, and Fayetteville. What do you remember from your time in Macon?
A lot of things. I'm having a really good time there. It's also home for me right now, Georgia, Macon. I met my beautiful wife over there. Hockey-wise, I remember it took a little while for me to adjust. I was like, it was a different game, but a couple of months into it, I've kind of figured it out, and I had a lot of good times and a lot of good friends over there, so I had a good time over there.
So Macon, Louisiana, Fayetteville, that's just in the SPHL, and then you've been an FPHL player now for a couple of years, and I believe you were telling me that wasn't your first trip to Danbury either. When the Titans were around, you had played in there before.
Back in the days when I played in Danville 4 years ago or something like that, we played against Danbury Titans.
And how would you compare that Danbury experience versus this one? Because the one we saw this weekend, that was a loud, very into-it building. You know, it's an intimate venue to be sure, a little strange setup, but I mean, the people there pack it in.
Yeah, no, last time they had a team that's pretty good, but I want to say it's more of a bus, I think it's better now. It's more up and coming, and then Saturday game, it was pretty good. A lot of people there too, so it was pretty good.
Definitely. This is Anton Lennartsson. He wears the number 20 for your Columbus River Dragons. Defenseman for the most part, played some forward this weekend, and you know that's where I was going to go with the next point here is you're a classically trained forward. You've been playing that for years, and this year you told me over the weekend is your first year playing back defensively, and now you got to play forward last weekend. So what's it been like for you to adjust and kind of do what you need and go where it's needed?
It's funny because everyone of the older guys that I played with before, they always say, before you retire, you got to get down to play D for a year first, and I guess it's my turn now. No, I tell coach every day, hey, where do you want me to play? Wherever you think is best for the team, that's where I want to play. For me personally, it's been a little bit of adjustment. I've never played defenseman before, but if Boom Boom wants me to play on defense, I'll play on defense.
So obviously you still got that forward mentality, but you're learning defenseman. But since you've been here for a while, I have to ask, do you feel like you're more adapted now to the North American game versus the European game, or do you still feel like that European style sort of suits you?
No, I think I'm more adapted to the North American style. I like to be in the mix. I like to be in where things happen. So no, I like the American style for sure more.
And you are a FPHL champion previous with the Watertown Wolves. So obviously your pro experience, it goes back, a long while. But what do you remember about that championship season? And in a way, how does that locker room compare to what's going on right now in the River Dragons locker room? Because, take away the Saturday loss, team's been on a tear. Things have got to be going good right now.
Yeah. Two different teams, two different locker rooms, but at the same time, it's kind of the same thing. When we came into that playoff run, no one really talked about us as the number one. There was someone else that was supposed to win it, and that was perfect for us. Mm-hmm. We came in and we showed them who was actually going to win it. Basically, that's what we got to do here. Get into the playoffs, and then when we're in, everything can happen.
Do you see some of that mentality in this team right now?
Yeah, I do, for sure.
That's awesome. We got a little bit more time here for you on the show, Anton. You mentioned Georgia's home for you now. You married your lovely wife, Brittany, and she's originally from Macon. Obviously, I'm assuming you met when you first showed up to the Macon Mayhem, right?
Correct. So, funny story, her cousin was my trainer.
Oh, okay.
So that's how the connection went there. I got hurt, unfortunately, so I had to spend some time with him.
And you just got married over the summer, is that right?
Correct, back in September.
So so that's awesome. And so you're not a dual citizen yet, right? You're
not a dual citizen. But
is that in the process?
That's working on that one, correct.
Right. Well, that's really cool. Well, hey, Anton, thanks so much for taking the time. We appreciate it. And happy that you called Georgia home, and happy you called Columbus home for right now, too, as the River Dragons.
Happy to be here. Thank you.
Thank you. That's Anton Lennartsson, number 20. Stick around. When we come back on River Dragons Weekly, we look ahead to another weekend against the Danbury Hat. This time, they're here in our home barn. Stick around. Don't go anywhere.
Golden Corrals, carved New York strip and jumbo butterfly shrimp. Make me feel like a real New Yorker. Hey, I'm eating here. New York strip and butterfly shrimp. Golden Corral, the only one for everyone.
At Georgia Power, we believe our lake should be filled with water, not trash. That a healthy honeybee population will pollinate a healthier environment. That building homes is just as important as powering them. That's why we believe what we do off the grid is just as important as the clean, safe, reliable, affordable energy we provide on it. And that's a different kind of energy.
The best damn spirits in the world. We say that because we care about what we do. The premium quality of our spirits doesn't come from some secret recipe or magic water. It comes from our desire to craft the best damn spirits in the world. Swamp Fox Distilling Company. Premium, small batch spirits made with pride in Buena Vista, Georgia. Now available at your favorite local package store.
Dishes, not pretty in your sink, not pretty on your house. Weather interference, also not a pretty picture. And those long-term contracts and early cancellation fees, the fine print is pretty ugly. With Beam, there are no contracts, channels you want, high-speed internet, and no data caps. And above all, local customer service. Now that's pretty. Ask us today about our contract buyout special in cable and internet bundles. Beam, we're power.
Welcome back into River Dragons Weekly. A big thanks to Anton Lennartsson for taking some time out of his day and joining us here in the studio. Got to learn a lot about him and, of course, how he met his lovely wife, Brittany, who calls Macon home, so now he calls Georgia home, and we love that for him and Brittany. All right, well, we owe you some highlights after we missed our show last week, so without any further ado, here's what it looked like the last time the River Dragons were at the Civic Center taking on the Battle Creek Rumblebees. This is Friday's game.
Spins it back, left point, dumping it into the corner again for Pfeiffer. He fires an acute angle shot, and they score! Cody Karpinski, I think, got caught cheating on his post right there, and Strack took him offline. Left point, Kugler holds this one in. This one rims around the boards. Now to the right circle, a shot, save made, rebound, they score! Will Laporte banging it in after Joel Eisenhower bobbled it, 1-1. CJ Hayes, he's in over the red line. Now he hits the line, 2-on-1. Hayes across, blocked, and a save made by Eisenhower's Dimmitt. Had that chance, and they score! That one leaked in somehow, and the River Dragons have a lead. 2-1 Columbus. 18:27 to go here in the second. 2-2 Columbus and Battle Creek. Kugler for Moskal. Now a give and go. Moskal left circle with it. Deeks waits to the middle. Oh, and Hayes had his stick canceled out there. Trumbley a poke, and it went high over the bar. Hayes to Dimmitt. He's just in on sides. Off the wall for Moskal, who reaches it. Moskal drives to the middle. Backhand scores! Moskal, what a smooth move. Backhanded in, and Columbus has the lead back 3-2. Bondarenko trying to drop it here. Here's Lennartsson, right wing circle. Lennartsson trying to drive it. Backdoor. Graham scores! Lennartsson, what a feed! And MJ Graham one-times it home. 4-2 Columbus. Pfeiffer 2-on-2. Bush Anderson on his left side. Pfeiffer right circle. Fires, and he scores! Pfeiffer scores. He hit the back bar over the left shoulder of Karpinski, and it's 4-3. Shapitzin moves this one ahead to Krupp. 3-on-2. He's got Bondarenko far left wing side. A pass to the middle, and Bondarenko couldn't get on the end of it. Clausen fire left point. Deflection, and scores! MJ Graham got his stick on that one, it looked like. Falls into the net, and it's 5-3. Under a minute to go here in the Victoryland third period. Soilis left point. Stolen away. Bondarenko and Krupp 2-on-0. Jay Krupp, right wing circle. Waits. Deeks. Score! Jay Krupp, 6-3 Columbus.
Big win on Friday, and of course, it's kind of a spoiler alert because remember, I said we were on a 5-game winning streak going into Danbury, so you kind of get an idea of how Saturday was going to go, but here's how it looked.
Cross-ice pass right onto the tape of a man. It's Learakos dropping it back. There is Gerson, right circle. Score! Deflection backdoor, and Yanni Learakos puts it home. 1:35 to go in the first, and it's 1-0. Graham gets the wheels turning to the slot, drops it back. Ivan Bondarenko, a shot off the post. Graham banks it home. 2-0 Columbus as MJ Graham keeps his hot streak going. CJ Hayes, left point, trying to work it back. Look at a breakaway the other way for Battle Creek. Jared Pfeiffer in all alone on Rutledge. Pfeiffer, Deeks, save made, Rutledge, rebound, they score. Gregorich into the middle. Here's Brown. He'll fire a shot. Blocker save Rutledge. Rebound out to the left circle. Gregorich first on it. Fall is hounding him there. Lennartsson tries to head a man off. Loose, and Soilis scores. Battle Creek has tied up this game. 7:30 to go in the second. It's 2-2. Apparently he missed that. Shapitzin puts a check onto a man. Meanwhile, Battle Creek 2-on-1 back the other way. Ryan Alves, right wing circle, trying to pass across, deflection, save made, rebound, they score. Wolf has put it in, and the Rumblebees have a 3-2 lead. Head fake to MJ Graham, left point. He drops it back for Krupp. Krupp across, Bondarenko to Graham, and a tip set wide. Graham back to the middle. Battle Creek gets to it. Shapitzin ties up, close to the shot. Graham there, score! MJ Graham put it off of a Rumblebee, and it's 3-3. 4.7 to go in the second. Sends this up the wall. Here's Moskal. Moskal with it 2-on-2. Left wing circle. What a deker on a man. Moskal just ran out of space. Sends it across the crease, and a pad saved by Eisenhower. Bush Anderson out of the box. Score! CJ Hayes. Better to be lucky than good. 4-3 Columbus. Now he's on there, and there's 6 Rumblebees. Lennartsson to Hayes to Learakos. Backhand across. Score! Parker Moskal. Icing on the cake. 5-3 Columbus.
2 big wins over the Rumblebees, taking all 6 of those points, obviously helped to further our position in the standings and set us up in prime position to clinch the playoffs in Danbury on Friday, which is what the River Dragons did. And so with that, let's go ahead and take a peek at the standings. As you can see right now, the top 4 have themselves pretty separated in the Western Division from Battle Creek. 97 points on 41 games for Carolina. They're starting to run away at that number 1 position, but Port Huron and Danville still within shouting distance. 74 points on 40 games for Port Huron, 73 points on 42 games for Danville, and then Columbus 59 points on 40 games. Those are your 4 teams that will be competing in the FPHL playoffs in the Western Division. Now Columbus has 2 games in hand on Danville and a 14-point gap. Remember, 3 points on the line every night, and Danville and Columbus play the same amount of games, so you can watch those as a straight-up bona fide race for a 3rd spot, 2nd spot, who knows, still a month and a half in the season to go. Over in the Eastern Division, the Danbury Hat also clinched the playoffs on that Friday night, and so did the Elmira Enforcers. They did that over the weekend. 88 points on 41 games for the Hat 81 points on 43 games for Elmira. Watertown is probably going to be next to clinch in about a weekend or two. 72 points on 43 games played. The Menor Icebreakers are comfortably in 4th right now, 20 points ahead of Delaware, even though Delaware has 3 games in hand on them. Menor just recently relieved head coach Ian Duncan of his responsibilities, so going to be a very interesting battle for that 4th and 5th spot in the Eastern Division. Somebody between the Icebreakers and the Thunder are making the playoffs. We just don't know who. Looking ahead to this weekend, as I mentioned, the River Dragons are at home, 3-3 against the Danbury Hat. Friday night is Faith and Family Night. Bring your church or congregation out, any religious organization. We got a whole bunch of different groups set up for that night. It's going to be a big crowd, and we hope you'll be a part of that. A pregame prayer and a whole lot more going on Friday night, 7:35 puck drop. Saturday, 6:05 puck drop, Military Appreciation Night. We know you've been waiting for it, and it's finally here. Military Appreciation Night brought to you by Liberty Utilities. We've got specialty jerseys that you can check out right now on our social medias, Columbus River Dragons on Facebook, C_River Dragons on Twitter and Instagram. And remember, you can win those jerseys off the back of your favorite player on Saturday using the LiveSource app, LiveSource, free on all Android and iOS devices. Then on Sunday, 4:05 puck drop, we're teaming up with the Ronald McDonald House of West Georgia for another charitable cause in terms of one of our hockey games. It's going to be a great weekend. A lot of good to be done on the ice and in the stands and in the community as well. Friday, Faith and Family. Saturday, Military Appreciation Night. And Sunday, the Ronald McDonald Houses of West Georgia. Well, that'll just about do it for this episode of River Dragons Weekly. My big thanks to Anton Lennartsson, who took some time out of his day to join us for an interview. Big thanks to the folks here at CTV Beam for helping us put this show together for you. Thanks to you for watching, and thanks to the River Dragons offices for allowing us to put this on and make sure we deliver all things River Dragons straight to you. Whether you're watching on TV or on our YouTube page, just know we greatly appreciate it. Remember, Friday night's puck drop is at 7:35. That means a 7:05 Burger King pregame show on the home of River Dragons Hockey, WRCG. Until then, I'm Zach DeBozart, the voice of the River Dragons, and we'll see you next time on River Dragons Weekly.